Today, remember this. Your brain is a surprisingly bad historian. Every memory that you have, whenever you bring it to mind, your brain most likely does some light editing. We tend to think of memory like a filing cabinet. Something happens, we store it away, and then years later, we consult our Dewey Decimal System of memories and pull it back out. But that's just not how memory works. As far as neuroscientists can tell, when we remember something, it's less like retrieving something from a hard drive and more like rebuilding it from scratch. And every time we remember something, we make these tiny revisions. We smooth over awkward details or emphasize some new part or quietly delete some other part. And we basically have no idea that we're even doing this. Memories from childhood are notorious for this. At least they are in my family. I've got the perfect example to show you what I mean. When I was young, every summer, my family and I would pile into the car in Scotland, drive all the way down through England, and take the car ferry over the Channel to France for our summer holiday. We did this for well over a decade, and these annual trips to France became a defining tradition of my childhood. They're also the source of a long-standing and totally trivial disagreement with my mum. I am absolutely convinced that these summer trips to France started when I was 5 years old. On the other hand, my mum is equally certain that they started when I was only 4. Mum, you're wrong. Neither of us is pretending. Neither of us is trying to win an argument. Not really. We're just both equally certain. And that is fascinating to me, because that means that somewhere along the way, one of us revised the story. We changed the memory. Maybe we both did. Maybe I was 6. Nobody's lying. I mean, I know I'm not. The memory just changed. And once we radically accept that this is just how memories work, it can be really freeing. It can make it a bit easier to have humility and be a bit more collaborative when it comes to discussions about the past. I am less likely to act as if my version of a sequence of events is the unimpeachable version of what happened. And I'm more likely to ask, is this actually what happened? Or is it just how I'm remembering it now? I think it also makes family stories and stories from our past more beautiful, if perhaps slightly less canonical. Every time they get remembered around the dinner table, they change and evolve just a little bit. Somebody remembers a joke slightly differently. Somebody remembers that somebody else was there. Somebody swears that it rained. The stories change, yes, but in another sense, they stay alive precisely because they change. And maybe that's how memory is supposed to work. It's not supposed to be some perfectly preserved record of the past, but rather just the way that we're able to still carry it with us. So today, remember this. Whenever you remember something from your past, you are writing and rewriting exactly what happened. That doesn't need to be a flaw or a bug in your software. It might just be what remembering actually is. A question to take with you: what's a story from your past that everybody remembers slightly differently? And what might each version be telling you? Talk soon.